Hey guys, welcome back here. We are starting a game here with Bayern Munich, and we are not going to go all through the season. But before I give you a team guide, I try to try it out a little bit before I set it out there in the tactic. One of the problems with Bayern Munich here is that when you start the game, a lot of the players from Bayern Munich are away on international duty. So it will be a little bit hard. So one thing I always do with my teams when I start in the preseason is you play some games and then you open up this window over here. As you can see, it is from the stats you can bring up from here, and you go out and you look at the, for example, competition. You go on Bundesliga and you shows then the stats of chalkboard. This will come up then. You also will add on key passes by right clicking over here. You will add a column, insert a column here, and then you go here to chalkboard, and then you add, for example, passes, key passes every 90 minutes, and you can also add chances created per 90 minutes. Why are these two so important? Because by looking at this page over here, the offensive part of the game, this is the most hard piece with the good teams, is how to create chances, because most of the time you have to create a chance, creating chances, and it's a little bit hard. The main problem with Bayern Munich here was that a lot of your players are away, and because of the Bundesliga starts a little bit earlier, I think, than the other teams, other leagues. We started in 18 of you start the Super Cup 12th of August, and the season starts 24th of August here. So you start early, and many of your players are away on international duty, and you don't get them back before. I think you got the French players come back against Hoffenheim or against Stuttgart. I'm not sure. One of these 2 days. They come very late, and you got some players also injured when they start the game, so it takes time. But I use some of my training matches when I play it, and I come to normally after second or third game, and I keep on going and going, and look at this screen over here. As well as always go and look at the matches, you see where you create chances. And the main problem is if you are not producing enough chances. That's the most problem. And some people are thinking, okay, you could have to play wider or more small, shorter passing, direct passing. That's right. And sometimes you can just fix it by very small adjustments in the player roles. But what I saw here was, for example, if I go to key passes, who have the most key passes in the team, according to key passes, is James Rodriguez and Rafinha, for example, and players such as Coman over here. And I could also see, for example, who dribbled most every single game. Per game, Fekir is brought in here, but it was Ribéry, for example, but he only played one game. And Coman has a good dribbling rate. Why is this important? Because they can make chances, either have key passes or they create chances. And I also can look at, for example, the shots per game and things like that, shot percent. That's also important because who's shooting out there? Our best finisher shooting a lot, or who is it that's shooting a lot? The main thing I saw, I'm not going too much in depth here, is first of all I tried by going here, I tried to play more passing, but a little bit faster, with some more faster passing direct, the game go faster. But the problem was here when you do that is that the shorter passer doesn't fit the team, because if you see a lot of players need adjustments, and many of your players are getting older and older and older. So we tried and I tweak it. I came, as you can see here, we won a lot of games. The friendlies are a little bit hard to talk about because they are friendlies. But when we came to the league, we start win 1-0, 2-0, 1-1. We created some chances, but very few clean-cut chances. As you can see here, we had 8 shots at goal. But if you look at match stats here, you can see clear-cut chances was 0. It's strange when you score 2 goals. But anyway, so we kept a clean sheet, but we had too few chances. So I kept tweeting, and I think we broke it here against Mainz here after we lost against Valencia. Valencia is a very hard team to play against in this game because they're really direct playing style. So if you're playing possession football, it's very hard because they will explode your weakness defensively. When we go into the tactic, some of you at some point here. Mainz is very high up in the game. Played against Mainz, as you can see, clear-cut chances too. I think if you can create 2 clear-cut chances a game, that's very good, because you will score then 1 at least. 2 clear-cut chances. We played against Paderborn in the cup with our weaker team, and we had 2 clear-cut chances. We scored 2 goals, and remember, we have great finishers in this team, so you will score a lot of chances if you can manage to create some chances. Against Freiburg here, we really start to go on. Against Freiburg, you got 2 clear-cut chances up 2 here, and got 1 against you, 7 goals. And you played against Valencia. We lost 3-2 here. We scored 4-1. And as you can see here, you created 1 clear-cut chance, but the goals start to come. We had more key passes. We had more. As you can see here, we had 4 clear-cut chances against against Dortmund. We won 4-0 away, and we defeated Düsseldorf 5-1 here. And you can look at here, the clear-cut chances was 2 here again. The main thing we changed, if you can go there, is what I was thinking about here is that I tested a lot of players out there. What I saw is you have to have Lewandowski on the field, because he's the player who is shooting out there. And when you look at his finishing, 17, his heading is 14, his first touch is 18, and his off the ball is 17. This guy is lethal inside the box when it's this movement, with this finishing. He got great stamina, so he can keep his concentration. He got great work rate, so he will set a high pressure when you win the ball. When you want to win the ball, he's a great player. So, but we didn't get to unleash him really before we went over to this formation, or playing, not formation but tactic. What I also saw that was Rodriguez is extremely important, but he lacks the pace. He should, if you put him here, standing here, he will have a hard time if he stands here. But if you put him here, he will create a lot of chances. He will come a lot long with some long shots, not as a ball box midfielder, but if he comes from down up here, because he got a lethal long shot at 17. He got great vision, as you can see, 19. He got flair, 18. He got first touch, as extremely well. His finishing is good. He got off the ball movements, that's okay, and his passing is good. But he lacks a little bit pace and acceleration, so it's very hard to keep him at the wides here. But when he comes inside here, from either from the wide or in the middle here, he is extremely dangerous, and his corner is very good, and he takes great free kicks, so he will create a lot of chances. As you can see here, he had 3 assists and 5 goals in 12 games at 752, and he's almost in every situation, especially when Robben is out, because Robben got better corners and better free kicks. No, better corners when Robben is inside the field, so of course is Robben taking the corners, I think. But anyway, so I had to make a place for him, but it didn't work to put him here. At the same time, I saw Thiago is also producing a lot, and okay, so I tried first, with Thiago here, and I tried Martinez as a halfback and tried to pass it out, and Thiago as advanced playmaker. I tried the route motor here with Müller, but it didn't work that well. And one thing I saw is that Rafinha is the main threat here. So in the Bundesliga, he got 5 assists, and he's getting a lot of assists. I think 2 assists in the other game, so he got 8 assists already. And this is not a vicious player, but I needed to have him. He's crossing 15, his off the ball movement is 13. He's not the best player you can get in the game, but he's doing a great job at the wide there. So I saw it really worked with Rafinha at the side, so I had to keep him there too. And you had Guerrero at the left side, producing okay, so he was not my first choice, or Alaba. But the important thing was to keep Thiago, keep Rodriguez, keep Lewandowski, keep Robben in the team. And then I went to look at the midfield. You got Tolisso. Tolisso is not a short playing style player, playing simple. His off the ball movement is great. He's a big guy, strong as heck. Look at it. It's 15 in strength, 18 in work rate. He brings you energy and strength into the middle. Same with Goretzka. He got great off the ball movements. He got great work rate. His teamwork is good, but he's not the kind of player that got good first touch, and good decisions, good passing. You see, passing is 14. This is a tempo player. He needs the ball go fast. So if you're playing tempo style, he will work there. If not, he will just be an okay player. Tolisso is the same, you know, his first touch is 12. It's not extremely good first touch. You're playing short play here with Tolisso and Goretzka, you have a hard time. And what I also saw that Sule is one of the best defenders in the game in for Bayern München to work with this system. His jumping reach is very good. Yes, he got some weaknesses, but he's a great player. 760 he have. He's playing better than Boateng and Hummels. Hummels has a hard time when you have the defensive line high up, and that's mainly because of his acceleration. But he reads the game very well, so yeah. But anyway, guys, going forward. So what I did here was, you see them playing there, so you have to adjust to keeping them. And you can see Robben is really producing. Robben here has 8 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, 66. So I had to have Robben inside the field, and as I see is Robben is great dribbler. He comes inside from here. I need Rodriguez, then he comes from here, Lewandowski. Then this role was out, and I thought, okay, then we have to have some physical kind of style in the middle here. So we have to play faster. We have to play, maybe we can't play short passing, because Goretzka and Tolisso, they want to make, they're energetic players. So he comes here, he keeps the ball, attack this part. And you got him coming over here. Then we make room for Rafinha and Guerreiro or Alaba coming from the left. And the reason we use him as a wing back in attack, because we want him higher up in the flank here. We also want Rafinha sometimes to go inside or around here. Thiago he's best as advanced playmaker here, but he's doing a extremely well job here for us to keeping the ball. If you want Thiago out, you can use also players such as Martinez as a defensive midfielder. Then you have to change it from deep line playmaker to defensive midfielder here. But then Thiago is doing a very great job, I think, keeping the ball. So because you have some hard times keeping the possession sometimes with this style. So using Thiago is important here. What I would do if I was you, then, if you play this system, is get rid of Martinez. There are a lot of good interest in him. He's 30 years old. I think you can get good money for him because of his off the ball movement is not that well. I would try to buy a new defensive midfielder that can support Thiago here. I would also maybe sell Kimmich in the team, as he don't provide, or you can keep Kimmich, but his pace is really bad, and that will make some hard. You have to do something about that because his pace is not that well, but stamina is great. His crossing is good, so you can make some serious damage with this crossing. And at the same time, we are using him as a complete wingback. He can come inside here sometimes, but he's very glad in the ball. Coman is a great player. I have tried him before as a winger, and he's great as a winger. But in this formation, he will have a hard time because here we are using advanced playmaker. Here I have also brought in Fekir and also where are you, Bernardeschi. These players are great players because of, you can see the passing is good, the shooting is good. They're gonna go and take over for Mr. Arjen Robben in time. But you guys, you can see here, Coman he can play here too, has a right going around here, but you can get good money for Coman. You should be maybe getting rid of Coman as well and bringing in maybe Rodriguez on a permanent basis in the team basis. So when you start the game, you need a new left back. You will maybe need a new center back, but you can use Martinez, and you also have Sule and Boateng and Hummels. Hummels I would maybe also sell as soon as possible because he's 29 years old. You can get a lot of money for Hummels if you get rid of him, and you can bring in a new central defender here that has got some more pace. At the same time, I will also be thinking about where is Muller? He's set up as a first team player, but in this system he don't got the technical abilities to play as a inside forward or as a advanced playmaker. But as a complete forward, he doesn't got the stats to go for him, but he scored some goals. He scored goals for me when I try him there, so you can use him there. He has great mental abilities out there, so you can use that. And also, you should be thinking about Ribéry in the long shots, but his contract goes out in 2019. You get a lot of money out here because of that. keep him in the team. Don't transfer this to him because I don't think you can sell him. As well, I put Gnabry in the B team because it's hard to say where he can play. He can play here, but I got good players that I bought in, so I tried to get rid of him. Also, I sold Wagner before the season. I brought in William Joseph because I think he's a good complete forward. He got all those good stats here. Looking at the tactic, guys, you can see here we play attacking because we need to get the ball moving. We need to get pace in the ball. We need to get it forward faster. The players need to take the chance because of we need the ball get moved forward. What we do here is we attack with a standard. It's not small because we use attacking here. This will also increase, as you can see. So if I'm playing positive here, you can see it's fairly narrow, but we are playing attacking. So this is standard we are playing. We pass into space because we got so much movement. We got strong players that will make way based on their strength, will, and off the ball movements. We focus to play through middle because we want movement from the middle here, and I'm gonna come into that afterwards. We don't think about the focus play into the middle here, but overlap from the left, and because Rodriguez will stand here, it will be perfect for that. Inside forward here, you don't need the overlaps because you also have a box-to-box midfielder here. And why we are using a Carrillo here and not two box-to-box midfielders, because we want, if I use him as a box-to-box midfielder, they will stand so small here, and he also becomes small here, you will have problem. But with the Carrillo here, he will stand in a way here. So he will defend this part, and he will stand here in this zone. Rodriguez will stand here, and Guerrero will stand here. So we will have a triangle here. At the same time here, he will go forward here. He will stand inside here, and this guy will come over here. So you got a new triangle on the other side. As Thiago here will shuffle the ball, get it fast forward. That's also important to use him as a deep line playmaker in support and not in defense, because you want him to get the ball forward. Look at his passing and vision. 17 passing, 19 vision. Let him kick the ball forward, guys. Let him do that all day long. And also the same with Boateng, but at the left I don't do that because it will be too much to have two ball playing defenders. I think they will start kicking it forward as well as the goalkeeper is a sweeper goalkeeper in attack. The reason we use focus pass through middle and not to the flanks is because we want a lot of movement here. If you push the focus play through the right and left here, you will get a lot of movement at the sides, and the ball will automatically go more into the sides. But this play, he comes here, he comes over here, it will empty and a lot of movement here. You will automatically the game will not start here, but it will easily go out wide because it's this place where you will make space. This will mean there will be a lot of more movement here in the middle. That's what we want. We want these two guys to keep moving. We want him to come into the middle here and make movement. We also want Rodriguez to come here and make some movement and not be standstilling there. And at the same time, you got to play out the defense because you need to balance it a little bit, and as well work the ball into the box, because if you don't have these two on and we are passing into space, we are playing higher tempo, slightly more direct passing, attacking, everyone will take risk and the ball will just flow forward. So we balance it by thinking, play it out of defense and work the ball into box. We asked them to pass the ball into space because we got a lot of movement in space. We also be more expressive. In translation, of course, counter press. You want the tempo in the game, and you also want the counter attack. Remember, in Bayern Munich, you got some players that are really hard working players, so counter pressing is important. As well, you got a lot of players with good off the ball movement and great finishing at top, so counter attack will be extremely important. Take short kicks, distribute to the center backs, again for balancing the game. Out of possession, you have the defensive line much higher up. Then you have to play, of course, offside and prevent the short kick from distribution. Don't get stuck in at this system. I wouldn't do that because I think you will get a lot of yellow cards. You get some because you're already pushing them very high up the field. Keep running, keep playing direct, and you will get some suddenly extremely hard tackles out there. You got some tough guys out there too. So you're playing much high defense. defensive line, much higher line of engagement, and more urgent pressing. And you're also playing offside trap. That's extremely important because of you using your defensive line so high up. And that's also a problem for Hummels, because this is extremely high for him to play. But you also got a sweeper goalkeeper, so he will like to play here. He likes to stand over here. As well as we also go in here and we ask Robben to be more direct in his passes and shoot more often, because he got great finishing. We want him to finish. He's got 17 finishing and he got 17 long shots. He got good passing, and sometimes we are using Bandashi and Fekir here. They are great passers and as well good finishers. And in the middle here we don't. And we also ask Rodriguez here to get 40 forward here, because we want him to make some damage at this part of the side of the field. When Thiago is making damage here, he will have to make some damage here based on his flair and technique. And that's all, guys. And as you can see here, you really make it. They really like playing this style. You know, playing against Mainz 2-0, Paderborn 2-0. You're really creating a lot of chances here. Freiburg 7-0, 4-1 against Valencia, 4-1 against Dortmund away, 5-1 against Fortuna Düsseldorf. It's not only the results, but you can see here you're playing in a way that you're creating a lot. As Düsseldorf got one chance against you, one shot all game. You got 30 shots here, 11. So, but the thing is, you don't have that much possession as you think, because you're shooting a lot more. Guys, I hope this was interesting, and I hope this will help you. And try it out and say to me how it works. I will finish the season and I will maybe give you an update on it. Thank you very much, guys.